Video game sweeping the world has kids and teenagers competing to kill each other on screen, and experts are warning that it is highly addictive.
Did you hear that, Billy? This game is going to make you into a serial killer.
But I just start playing Fortnite with my friends.
That's it. I'm taking away your Nintendo Switch and your Grand Theft Autos.
Don't take away my Switch. I want to play with my Xbox friends.
I'm your mother and you will do what I say. You are not playing any video games. Please forget about the PlayStation, the Xbox,
and especially
the Nintendo. You are not playing any Nintendo ever again. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the House of Mario, episode 48. And we are the Nintendo Podcast, a part of the 8-Bit Collective. I'm your host, Drew Agnew, and joining me, as always, is my lovely, delightful, delicious, wonderful friend, Bryce DeWitt.
Delicious, I like that. See you in an hour.
Whoa. Why you say you've got to talk to me for an hour, so...
Well, yeah, that's why I said see you in an hour.
This week, we're going to be discussing some recent news in the Nintendo world and discussing what we think will happen with the DS or handheld line as such.
Yes.
But first, Bryce, what have you been playing?
What have I been playing?
Yeah, what have you been playing?
Well, it's been a busy week, but I've been playing Fortnite. That's what I've spent my spare time on.
Yeah, so this has been my first week really getting into Fortnite as well.
Yes.
You've been playing for a while on PC and other platforms.
Mm-hmm. That's correct.
But I sat down, played it, and I see why people get addicted to this game, honestly.
Yeah.
It is so much fun.
It is fun.
It is really good. And I even got to the point where I'm like, all right, I'm going to look up a building tutorial. I'm like, oh god, it's got me.
Yeah. How to build correctly, because it's such a massive part of the game. I think that's the thing that hooks everybody with it in comparison. Like, you had PUBG there for a while, which also did the same thing. It hooked everyone. People were like, oh, Battle Royale is such a fun concept. But adding that building in and being able to create your own fort as per se, and just going off that, and it adds a whole nother element to the game that really it changes. It changes everything.
Like, getting into it, I feel like it would be beneficial. Well, not beneficial, but I feel like if that building wasn't there, it'll be a bit easier to get into. But I guess that's part of the game. But I got into like the final 3.
Yep.
And there's these 2 guys making huge structures, and I'm in the town. What's that tomato place called again?
Tomato Town. Yeah.
Tomato Town. Okay, well there
you go.
I was in Tomato Town, just hiding in the building, just looking out the window, just gazing up. I'm like, oh my god! I could just see like they're like putting up walls for shields, and then they're going higher and higher, and I've got this. I found a sniper. I'm like, oh yeah, I got a sniper. I might be able to pick him off. So I walk out the building, and I'm like looking up at this structure, and I'm like, pew, pew. I hit him once, and I get like a quarter of his health down. I'm like, oh yes. But he just flies down, lands on the ground, just poof, 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 kills me. I'm like, well, damn.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
As Jack Cruz would say. Anyway, sorry, there was a perfect time to fit that in.
It is, yeah.
So the thing is like in situations like that, I had a very similar thing last night, except I'm trying to learn how to build on controllers a bit better.
Yeah, so
because it is so much different.
On PC, is it a lot easier?
Well, the thing is like key binding is a thing.
It's got your hotkeys pretty much on PC, does it?
Key binding is a thing. Yeah. So typically you carry like maybe 4 weapons with you, 5 if you 4 weapons and a health item or something like that. So basically, typically I have a fucking crazy mouse.
Yep.
Where I've got 24 keys at the master of my thumb. Mm-hmm. I've set weapon keys to 1, 2, and 3, and then I have one at X for weapons I need to use on the fly, so explosives or rocket launchers, etc. And then I have 4, 5, and 6 my building materials. So I literally just build with 4, 5, and 6, then I can just hit 1, 2, or 3 to switch to a weapon that's appropriate, and off I go.
Yeah.
On console, it's not as easy.
Just a little bit slower.
It is slower.
Yeah.
It is indeed slower, and it makes it a little more difficult. But in saying that, I did win a solo last night, which was it was mint. It was mint. I feel good about myself. It was really fun. Yeah.
You just want to brag on the podcast, do you?
Humble brag. No, well, the thing is I'm shit at Fortnite on console, but I'll get there.
But you're superb on PC. Is that what you're saying?
I'm much better on PC.
Okay.
But in saying that,
so is everyone else.
There is an incredible fucking skill gap.
Yeah.
Like it's insane.
Yeah.
And it's purely because the controls are more accessible on PC than they are on.
Well, so many people on Switch would be in the same boat as me, where you're just like, oh, I've heard about Fortnite, and you're getting into it, and you sort of just got no idea what you're doing.
I'm going to play Fortnite.
I'm going to play some Fortnite.
It's good. The game is not perfect on Switch. It runs at like 30 FPS, and that's not always the best thing for shooters. But you know what? If you're playing against other Switch players, it doesn't really matter. Everybody's on the same handicap. It's not, it's not the worst thing.
See, I haven't set mine to cross play yet. I'm only playing on I'll probably leave it like that too. To be honest, I'm quite happy. There's the cross progression. Yeah. So eventually, I'll download it on my Xbox and PC and put my account in and do the cross stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
So it'll be great for that. But especially while the Switch players are at the same level as me, I'll keep it as it is.
Keep it simple.
Yeah,
it's a good way to get a rung of the game, and then we're recording here. You have a really nice, beautiful gaming laptop right here. One day you might venture into the unknown and play it on PC.
The unknown.
The unknown.
Goodness gracious.
Goodness gracious. Gracious me.
Yes. Yeah, so it's also the first time we've actually played online together for ages as well.
Yeah.
And that was such a good experience too.
Yeah, it's because
so much fun.
The common interest we have is in Nintendo, and I'm not saying that I don't have any other thing that can play online games, but especially with the Switch, it's the console I touch the most.
Yeah. Yep.
And Mario Kart and stuff like that, that's all good and fun and whatever, but Nintendo's always been very couch co-op-y for me.
Yeah.
Their online doesn't service me as well as something else would. But Fortnite coming to Switch, I've already played that. I know how it works, and I know how it works online, so it works out for me.
And just having that voice chat, we didn't use the voice chat, we used Discord, but having that voice chat built into a Switch game is awesome. It doesn't use that app, which is a great start. Mm-hmm. Apparently, the recent Switch firmware update has actually allowed this in games.
That's good.
So games like other games that are already released, they can actually patch their games to
games like a Fortnite.
Fortnite, yeah.
A Fortnite.
So hopefully we see more of this rather than the app. I quite enjoy the app, how you can go into it, check your stats and all that. But having it as your only method for voice chat, and Splatoon where it's you've got to accept stuff on your phone instead of just clicking A on your screen.
I feel like the thing is I feel like Splatoon, a game like Splatoon, would benefit way more from just having a standard voice chat system.
Absolutely.
Well, not just from the complete perspective of it's fucking easier, but when you go into a competitive game, voice chat's kind of important for that type of thing.
Yeah.
It's beyond belief, and
it's
the only
vital.
time it's literally vital. The only way you can
Yeah.
do anything about it. Sorry.
No, sorry. Yeah, I was kicking in.
The only way you can do anything about it and actually communicate with people in squads or whatever is if you're playing squad competitive.
Yeah.
You can't do it in solo. So,
because we were playing and I accidentally left it on duos, and I went into a random encounter with a duo.
Yeah.
And the guy he just went off on his own.
Yeah.
And I got shot, and he was just mining in a house, didn't come save me. I'm like, this is shit. This is rubbish.
Yeah, and that happens. Yeah, the general consensus with Fortnite is if you're playing by yourself, you play solos, or you play squads, and you kind of just have to work around whoever's making the shot calls.
Yep, solo all the way if you're playing by yourself, honestly. With no voice chat.
Yeah.
Especially.
I guess. Yeah.
Because I had heaps of fun with you with duos.
Yeah,
but we're good mates and we're doing the voice chat and we're just talking as we're going, and you're like, you're basically showing me the ropes.
Yeah.
Like, this does this. I'm asking you, like, oh, what does this item do? Oh, that heals your health. Well, there you go. That's important.
Yeah, exactly. Good to know. Good to know.
Because I didn't even think about shields, to be honest, before you said.
No.
I looked at it and went, oh, yeah, that's a shield. But I never thought, oh.
They're really important.
Yeah.
They're super important.
I would assume.
They're more important than health is 90% of the time. The only difference is like some attacks can eat your shields and eat your health. So like there's like this disconnect. The reason that like shields are more important than health is because shields go down quicker. Like when in terms of like carrying an inventory space, shields go down quicker, but your health when it gets hit by those joint attacks goes down a lot slower than shields does.
Yeah. So
as long as you've got full shields, you basically have a health bar. It's really it's odd, but that's how it works.
Yeah, I'm really keen to keep playing this. If any of you guys want to play with us, we have the Discord community where we can organise a game or two. Yeah. I'm hoping to do it at least once a week because that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. A Fortnite is definitely fun.
Fortnite. Why are you calling it Fortnite?
Because that's what a current affair wants you to do. They want you to abort. They want you to abort the game from your children.
Don't get me started on all that rubbish on the news. What? Just if your kids are playing it and they're getting aggressive, just go. You're playing the game too much, Johnny.
I'm banning you from the PlayStation.
I'm banning you from the PlayStation. You shouldn't be playing that anyway, mate. It's not even crossplay. Why are you even bothering with that?
But yeah, no, it is silly because at the end of the day, a video game is a video game, and it's a fun video game. And it should be celebrated as a fun video game. It shouldn't be celebrated as a worldwide controversial issue because people don't know how to remove their child from a television screen.
Oh, just the amount of times I've brought it up as well. It's not just once. It's like honestly like 5
They've
times.
had 4 or 5 articles on it on actual live TV.
Just because Fortnite's Fortnite, like it's huge. So it's like, oh, this game, like, what are you doing? You're killing each other. It's like, well, you are, but there's no blood. There's no. There's no.
I still remember the first one that they ever put out. They were just like, it's an ultra-violent video game, and the first thing that come up was somebody smacking at a floor with a pickaxe, and they put a fake-ass screen behind it, as if it was like supposed to be part of the game. It was the most jarring thing ever, and it just made me go, now I remember why our media is trash.
Yeah, they're just trying to scare parents until
absolutely.
I don't even know what they're trying to scare. What the end result is. Like, do they not like video games like the network?
Well, they want the attention.
Yeah.
They want the attention. They're just like, hey, we're talking about Fortnite and we're stirring controversy and getting more people to click on our shit, which gives us more money. That's exactly what it is.
And we're falling right into that trap by talking to them. So
exactly.
Let's move on. Well, I haven't talked about this game since it initially got mentioned in the Pokemon, what do you call it? Was it a press conference?
Directo.
Direct. It wasn't a direct, but, the announcement. Pokemon Quest, a free-to-play game on Switch, and as of a couple of days ago, mobile. Really enjoying this game. It's been, according to my activity log, I've put 10 hours into this game.
Ooh.
Which is a lot for what it is. Obviously, it's just been sitting there doing its own thing because I don't really play it. But I did decide to put the $45 into it. Mm-hmm. And I feel like that was worth it for me.
Well, good.
I'm coming back. Thanks, Bryce.
Well, good.
I'm coming back to it every day, getting my tokens. I've almost bought all the things just from coming back to the shop every day. Mm-hmm. You get your free currency. If you get the DLC, instead of 50 tokens, or Poké Coins, or whatever they call them, you get 200.
So the tickets, yeah.
Yeah, so that speeds up your progress that much. And the items you get also give you like double XP, double this or whatever. Mm-hmm. So that probably brings it up to a line where it's meant to be.
Yeah, get you. Yeah.
Yeah, so it makes the game a lot more playable, gives you a lot more battery, so that allows you to have more turns, play it longer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, before you put it down again and have to wait.
Yeah. So if I'm doing something and I just want something really, 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 really mindless, I just grind out Expedition, go and grind some items, and good fun.
It's a shame, really, because it's built on a model that I think I would have really liked to have seen mobile games approach. Mm. But a lot of mobile games nowadays go towards the gacha method, which does rake in a shit ton more money, mind you. It traps people every time. Or like even with Candy Crush and stuff like that, they're just like, well, you better buy some lives, mate. Mate, you know, it's the same. It's the same sort of thing. People they immediately get addicted to it, and they're just like, shit, got to check my chances. And I fall for that trap. I fall for that.
Yeah, you
trap.
love that stuff.
I do, and it sucks. But I really wish like more games I played that I really enjoy acted in the same way as Pokemon Quest. I don't. I'm not a big advocate for Pokemon Quest. I think it's an alright game, but because it's like a mobile game and I'm already playing mobile games, I don't feel the need to play it.
Yeah, fair enough. I've never really been sucked into the mobile gaming market myself.
No, this is the first time.
Yeah, like I've bought a couple of games that are just like the once-off payment on my iPhone, just stuff like Florence, which is $7. You know, but if it just keeps on wanting my money, I don't even think about downloading it.
No,
and that would be the same with Pokemon Quest, but you buy the initial $45 pack, which is 3 packs in one. You can buy less stuff and pay less money, and get some of the benefits as well. But that's the one-off payment, and you don't have to do anything else. Yeah, which is great because if it was like, oh, you bought $45, how about this $15 item, and how about this $5 item? That would become a bit.
I think it's possible it could go that way one day, though.
Yeah, like,
and that worries me.
If it gets enough business, enough money, they could like, oh, here's a Johto pack, and I'll add the Johto Pokemon to it.
And they'll make you spend another $45 on it.
Yeah, depends how much content is in it though. Like if they had like another, thing of expeditions and all new Pokemon, it could be worth it really.
Look, I'm not denying it. One-off payments for something like that and getting content that you're actually promised is good.
Yeah,
Again, the gacha model and Fire Emblem Heroes does this as well. Like, it makes something look really appealing or a unit look really good, and then they put it at a 2% chance or some shit.
Yep.
But you fall for it because you think, "Damn, I'm going to be lucky." It's the same thing as literally rolling a Poke machine.
Yeah.
And it's really getting in my head because I'm just like, I tell myself, I'm like, won't do this. I won't do this to myself. And then there'll be one day I'll just be like, fuck it.
You need to keep all your money in a other account apart from the card you're using, don't you? So you can't get suckered in. Well,
I'm not nowhere near as bad as I was like before. But I've fell victim to worse things like League of Legends and stuff like that. I've spent so much money on League of Legends it hurts when I was playing that for a long time. I think you can actually email Riot Games and ask them for your total spent on your account.
Did you do that?
I have not done that, but I don't want to do that.
Yeah, you don't want to do that. Yeah.
Because Jason did it. Like a friend of mine, he did it.
Yes.
They sent him back $3,000.
$3,000?
He spent $3,000 or some shit. It was a lot of money.
Probably spent more on that than his computer.
Probably.
I mean, he probably has a great computer, but...
Oh, yeah, he has a fantastic computer, but you also have to remember that he lost his other one to the pits of hell, unfortunately. He's built two or nearly 3, I think, really good computers, and one of them died to a very unfortunate accident and
car crash.
Well,
he was driving home from work, kangaroo.
No, God. No, not quite. And the one he's got now is like a monster. But like the thing is as well as you look back at it and you just go, Jesus fucking Christ, that's a lot of money. Like it's one of those things.
It is a lot of money for a free-to-play game. Yes.
It is, yeah. But you get suckered in because like when you start playing a shit ton of it, and when we were talking on the podcast last week, it was Buddy was like, I played 9,000 games of Rocket League. Something like that. I can pretty comfortably say I've played over 6,000 games of League of Legends.
Jesus.
Yeah.
And they're long games too, aren't they?
They're not short.
No.
When you think of it from that perspective, that's a lot.
Oh boy.
That's a shit ton of time.
Yeah. Anyway, just going back to the extra content in Pokemon Quest, I hope they don't add extra content because I like the idea of it being, the 100 and I guess it's 51. They got Mew in there, yeah. 151 Pokemon and the items, and I'm sort of working my way to filling the Pokedex eventually, and also getting all the items and completing the expeditions. That's my goal. If they add to that and make it bigger, I don't want that.
Yeah,
I just want like a game to chip away at slowly over a couple of years, and that's all I want.
Yeah.
I turn that on, get my free money for the day, do a couple of grinding, do some cooking, see what Pokemon I get, and that's about it.
Yeah.
So enjoying that.
Yeah. And I mean, I do the same. It's just sometimes I fall into that trap, I guess.
Yeah.
But because I've fallen into that trap, I don't feel the need to play Quest or Fallout Shelter. There is aesthetic reasons as to why I would play both those games, but it's jarring, I guess. It just feels like I'm playing way too many mobile games at that point.
Yeah. You don't need a million games you're checking in on every day.
No, absolutely not. And like there was times where I was playing Fire Emblem Heroes and stuff like that as well, and that was a good time. I'm not ever going to say that I've had a bad time with these games. Otherwise, I would have never spent money on them.
Yeah.
But unfortunately for Pokemon Quest, it's just like, I'm not sure whether the packs transfer over to mobile or not. Do you know?
No.
They don't?
No.
Well, that's unfortunate, and that makes me not want to buy it.
No, like, your saves don't go to mobile at all.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
That makes me not want to buy it.
Yeah.
Because unfortunately, it's like one of those things where, like, if I can't take my Switch somewhere, it's just going to be too inconvenient or something like that. At least I can still play Pokemon Quest on my mobile. And I would actually consider that. But unfortunately, it's not the case, then what's the point?
Fair enough. It actually makes me go, I better bring my Switch, because at 3:00 my things are going to unlock, and I'm going to want to get them as soon as possible. So then the next day, it doesn't put it out of sync.
Yeah, I mean, and I get that, I understand that, but like if I'm going to the middle of nowhere, or I'm going on a long trip or something like that, I don't want to have to be like, I have to bust out my Switch to do this thing. I just want to be able to.
Yeah. I just feel like my phone is. I love my phone. I use it for podcasts, I use it for YouTube. I use it for everything, but just gaming isn't one of the things.
Still, it'd just be nice to claim those bonuses even on your mobile phone. It shouldn't be that difficult.
You think the across save feature could be implemented, but
you would be 100% sure that it fucking could. Like, again, I'm not going to go too far into it because we've already just splurted on for 15 minutes about it. But Fortnite.
Yeah,
do it with a game like that, then what the fuck?
Yeah. Like, I feel like they should really have it, because if you go, Pokemon Quest, I like Pokemon, I don't have a Switch. You download that, you get into it, you're like, oh, well, it's on Switch as well, and my save can go onto my Switch, and I can play it on the TV. That could be a little reason why to maybe buy a Switch. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying that Pokemon Quest is going to sell Switches, but by any stretch of the imagination.
No, but it's more of a push for people. I know for a very good fact that, like, if something is available and it has cross save on whatever, it makes me want to buy something more.
Yeah, absolutely,
100%. So, unfortunately, yeah.
All right. So, have you been playing anything else, or is that it?
No, that's been it. It's been a very busy week. If anybody's been catching up on my Twitter, I went to Adelaide last weekend, and then the weekend just gone, we had a pretty big weekend working.
Oh, it was a huge weekend, wasn't it?
It was a bloody huge weekend.
The pub where we worked, the publican had his going away party,
and
everyone from the area, it seemed like, rocked up.
Yeah.
And it was like summertime. It was just flat out there.
It was absolutely flat out.
Yeah, so Saturday night, we both got about 2 hours sleep, which was fun.
Yeah, it was fantastic.
It was great. Yeah.
It was great. But it's been too busy for me to want to sit down and play too much. Even like my major time investment, which is Final Fantasy 14. I haven't sat down and played that in about a week and a half.
Oh shit! All your guild members, are they like furious at you or what?
No.
You sure?
Yeah.
You're always saying you're having little arguments with everyone.
No, it was mainly we had a bump in the road there for a while, but we're all pretty chill about it now. Yeah. I think it's just a major case of like I would like to sit down and play it, but I just feel like I don't have the time right now, and I got to go to work in 2 hours. Maybe I'll just play some games of Fortnite on my Switch. Like, when I sit down and play something like that, there's a heavy time investment involved somewhere.
Yeah, it's a lot easier just to get out sort of these short experiences rather than especially in
when you're busy,
especially when you go to MMO where you can't just go, all right, going, bye.
yeah. You've got to dedicate yourself to something and like time like that. So yeah.
All right, Bryce, let's get into some news this week.
Mm-hmm.
So we have a new Nintendo president officially. Now, Bryce, I'm going to get you to introduce this because I am horrible with names, let alone Japanese names.
Okay, so this is an article based on
Okay.
why. Say it with me. Say it with me. I want you to say it with me.
No, don't you dare.
Shuntaro Furukawa.
I'm not going to say it. That's why I'm getting you to say it.
Shuntaro Furukawa.
Shuntaro Furukawa. Just won't come out.
Shuntaro Furukawa.
Hopefully, the Nintendo president will never come up in the Nintendo podcast ever again.
Shuntaro Furukawa.
Oh dear. So he's officially taken over. Kimishima has stepped down.
Yep, that he has.
We've already talked about this when it became news a few months ago on the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, brand new president. Hopefully, we see some good things from him.
I hope so too.
Yeah,
you know, it's going to be really hard. I think he probably knows it too. That like standing on the same pedestal that Iwata did there for a long time, it's going to be a hard job.
Yeah, it's interesting because he is the youngest president Nintendo's had.
Yeah,
he's 46 years old, and he is at an age where he's not like obviously a Miyamoto or a Iwata, where they're in it from pretty much the start, and they've like built up Nintendo to what it is now.
Yeah.
He has grown up with Nintendo games.
Yeah, yes, yeah. But hopefully that also brings him into like pushing Nintendo in a bit better of a direction. I mean, I know they're going well now, but like hopefully like they push on and they're kind of just like we need more third party support. We need to like if we're making a box next time, because again they're putting out something we'll discuss later on is about the handhelds. If they're still going to keep doing handhelds, then maybe they'll put out a box next time, and hopefully he'll be like, this box needs to compete. I'm hoping that's the case.
It is. I don't have the exact quote here, but he does want to shake up what Nintendo's doing, even if it goes against tradition.
And that's fine.
Which, especially before the Switch, Nintendo has stuck to traditions to the point where it was hurting them.
It was.
Like, with Zelda, with Skyward Sword, it was just... You could see the formula in that game, and it just wasn't working.
The formula in Skyward Sword hurt me.
Yeah. It hurt a lot of people.
It was basically like... And I've said this to you. You complained about the wolf sections in Twilight Princess. Mm-hmm. The fucking Skyward Sword ones are horrendous.
I know, they're a lot worse. But we're not going to go down. We're not going to go down that route.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. So hopefully, he continues what the Switch is doing, and he continues to shake it up, because what Nintendo has done with the Switch is shake up many of their franchises: Zelda, Mario.
Oh yeah, and they for the better.
Absolutely.
100% for the better. Zelda's sort of gone back to what it needs to be. I think. I think it still needs to keep the story-esque elements in there, though. It does feel like Breath of the Wild misses that a little bit.
Yeah, I agree. It needs to go back to, I don't know. It's kind of hard to do. You can either put it wide open with no story, or you can rein it in and do an awesome story.
No, you can absolutely have a massive open world. Like, you've got... Bethesda games do that. They've got a big, massive open world, but there's a shit ton of story you can follow. There's a main storyline and stuff like that. That's what Zelda needs to be. And, like, you know, it's doing half of what it's doing, right?
Yeah.
It's missing that little bit more of an element that it needs to push in the story.
Because, like, the story in Breath of the Wild was great if you went and found it.
Yeah.
But, you know, if you're just playing through the game, you do Divine Beast, then you beat Ganon. Like, oh, well, there you go. But there's especially the great little stories in there too. Yeah,
exactly. And then, you know, Mario Odyssey was a fantastic call at the 3D Mario games, obviously, and we're starting to see more of a competitive scene via Splatoon, and, you know, it's all really good.
Yeah. So let's keep shaking it up, Nintendo. Let's give us some great games still.
Yeah. And hey, if you make a box next generation, you make it compete, I'll buy it.
That'd be interesting.
It would be very interesting.
It's a topic for another day, I feel. That is
yeah. I would like to talk about that more sometime.
Don't really want them to make a box, but
well, I don't know. I think
Yeah.
I think the Switch is in a good spot.
But
at the same time,
I don't know if I can go back from the Switch.
I don't know. No, there's things you could do.
Yeah, I'm sure there is. All right, this is from Destructoid. It says, Nintendo opens up Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Amiibo floodgates with confirmed Pichu and Ice Climber figures. So basically, all the returning characters... Yes, Bryce? What was that, mate?
Sorry, I was Nintendo eating Eric's money.
Yeah, all right. So all of the returning characters, including Snake and whoever else, are coming back to Smash Ultimate, are going to be getting Amiibo figures from the confirmation of Pichu and Ice Climbers. So that's cool. It's kind of obvious, I feel. No, of course they're going to...
It's 100% obvious. Like, it'd be silly to not finish the Smash collection in that regard. And if they're going to have a game called Smash Bros. Ultimate and you don't have an Amiibo figure for everyone, people are going to be mad.
Yeah, well, they're going to be mad either way. So I've got to buy these? And they're just like counting the money in their wallet. God damn it.
But 65 Amiibo!
So what Amiibo do you want out of all the characters in Smash Ultimate?
Oh, dear Lord.
Do you want a Snake one?
No.
Yeah, not really.
No. The thing is I'm a pick and choose Amiibo buyer. I don't like... I walk into a store, I see an Amiibo sales on, I'm like, ooh, an Amiibo sale is on, and then I'll buy an Amiibo. Mm-hmm. Do you know what I mean?
$9 or something, yep.
I don't go anywhere past that, there's no point for me to invest $15 per Amiibo because I don't use them for anything.
I just use them for my... pretty up my shelf.
Yeah. Well, yeah. That's pretty much that's the thing, really, isn't it? But and like Amiibo are great, and I'm glad to see that they're finishing the collection. But there's no doubt in my mind that I'm not ultra sour about not having all these things. Honestly,
well, that's good.
Yeah. I look at your shelf and I'm just like, that's a lot of fucking Amiibo, mate.
Yeah, I don't even know how many.
That's not Eric's size.
It's not Eric's size, no. Not Nintendo by numbers size. Next up is Hollow Knight has been selling exceptionally well. It sold over 250,000 units on the eShop in 2 weeks, which is just phenomenal.
It is phenomenal.
It's already sold about 500,000 on PC, and now that it's released on Switch, it sold another 250,000. Which is an incredible feat by...
It's rising. It's like, it's nuts.
Yeah, an incredible feat by a team of 3.
Yeah.
At Team Cherry in Adelaide.
Mm-hmm. We need to talk to them sometime if we can.
And we absolutely do.
I love to talk to Team Cherry.
If they're invited on the show.
Yeah, absolutely.
We'll have to get in contact.
Yeah, we might do. We might just do that, guys. We might just do that. So if you haven't played Hollow Knight, play Hollow Knight, because Hollow Knight is a really good game.
I've yet to play it on Switch. I just haven't got around to it yet.
Mm-hmm.
But I have dabbled it on PC. I'm like, all right, I'm saving it for Switch. And now it came out on Switch and I bought it. Still haven't played it. What's wrong with me?
Yeah. What's wrong with you?
Yeah, that's what came to my head as well.
But no, congratulations to Team Cherry. I'm so happy for you guys that your game is smashing like all sorts of boundaries. Like, the game is such a pretty game, and it's been, well, what's the opposite of panned? I can't even think of that right now. It's been praised.
It's been panned.
it's been praised as like one of the best Metroidvanias of the generation. So, well done. Yeah. Well done. Between Hollow Knight and Celeste, there's some big sort of battle going on there. Really?
Yeah, there's an incredible year for indie games, especially on Switch.
100%.
It's been a bit slower this year, obviously, for first-party titles, as you would expect. You can't come out with that every year.
No, yeah.
But, the indie games just keep coming.
For sure.
Keep coming to the point where I buy them and just don't play them.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. I have that problem too. But that's because I like supporting
Have you
things.
bought this game yet on Switch?
No, but goddamn, I intend to.
Okay, we need to play this game within the month.
Within the month? Absolutely.
Because we're going to Adelaide.
We are going to Adelaide. Yes.
We'll just call the Team Cherry's house. Hey, do you want to...
Mates!
Be like the tabloid with a notepad and that at their door. Excuse me, what do you have to say about your latest video game?
What does it say here, Jim? Nolo kite.
Nolo kite.
No, yeah, but no, I've got a funds in the wallet have been looking a little bit sour ever since I went to Adelaide 2 weeks ago. So yeah. I've been waiting, and it's on my agenda. I need to buy it.
Yeah, the city's expensive, guys. Like, Give us a break, right?
It's fucking expensive. Going anywhere is expensive nowadays. You take a trip down the road. Oh, there goes $20.
Going to work's expensive enough.
You drive to work. You're like, I paid $15 for this trip only to get like.
Bryce, we're just hammering in the fact that we're both a bunch of tight asses. That's not.
We are both a bunch of tight asses.
Yeah,
But Hollow Knight is not something you should be a tight ass for. Please buy it.
Honestly, it's only $17.50.
It's really
it's
a real
steal.
for $17.50. For $17.50, that game is.
It's a 10-hour plus game too.
It's fantastic.
Yeah, I can. Why haven't I played it yet? I don't know.
I've dabbled in it too, but like it's just like need it on Switch.
All right, and to topic of the show, Bryce.
Topic of the show.
Mr. New President, who I will not try to do the name of,
Shuntaro Furukawa,
has mentioned the possibility of a Nintendo 3DS predecessor.
Yes. Or successor, rather.
Successor, not predecessor. That's the DS.
See, you're doing the same thing as me now.
Yeah, just doing opposites.
Doing opposites. You're just like, what was that word again for the positive side of this thing?
Yeah, well, next time you'll be stuffing up names. We're just going to be rubbing off our negatives on both of us. So this article is from metro.co.uk and says the new president of Nintendo has commented on the possibility of making a new portable-only console to replace the 3DS. And we're not going to read the whole article, but it goes on to say that pretty much the 3DS is a 7-year-old system and it's got a lot of pros to the Switch, being the price, the accessibility, and just
the portability is a bit better.
The portability, not the obvious thing, because the Switch is a portable, but it's obviously not be able to put in your pocket. It's not cheap, and it's not 100% for little baby kids.
No, yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Being the Switch, being able to have all of Nintendo's development processes put into this one device rather than split across a handheld and a console, I think is just the most brilliant move Nintendo could have made. Full stop.
Mm-hmm.
Because having the 3DS, a game comes out there, then when they were developing for Wii U, the games were coming out on Wii U, and if you just had one, if you were just interested in console games or just interested in handheld games, it seems very sparse on each one.
Mm-hmm.
But if you owned both, if you're a big Nintendo fan like we are, and I dare say you guys are, it's not going to seem so bad. But having it all on one device is fantastic.
Yeah, yeah.
And especially in a few years when the Switch is a few years older and it will be cheaper, it'll probably be at the point where the 3DS is now and can be picked up by parents who want it for their children.
Yeah,
as well.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. We paid $350 for our first 3DSs.
Absolutely. Yeah,
we paid $350 for our first 3DSs.
Exactly, and you wouldn't say that price is fit for a small child then.
No.
But, a few years later, it got its price dropped because the 3DS was struggling
to launch,
hugely. So it got that, and it gradually went down. They brought out new models, which refined it, made it more sturdy, made it bigger for gamers like us, made it smaller for kids.
Kids, yeah.
Whoever wants to put it in their pocket.
Mm-hmm.
So the 3DS wasn't like that at launch.
No.
So, and the Switch isn't like that at the moment either, but it will be.
Yeah.
So introducing a new handheld, I don't see the point at all.
No, I don't. No. Not now that their literal titan of handhelds is now moving over to the Switch.
Mm.
At least that's what it seems to be anyway. I mean, how do you go back on that? How are you like we're going to make a mainline series Pokemon game on the Switch and then they're like, we'll go back to a 3DS model after that. I don't think that's possible.
Oh, no in hell. No way.
No.
It would be interesting if they were saying a handheld-only device, like 3DS Successor. Would it be a revision of the Switch, which is a cheaper version with no dock, no HDMI, is just a handheld,
then
and plays all the same games?
You know what? You want to talk about this, all right? Just sell the Switch without the dock.
But they're doing that in Japan, actually.
Yeah.
But it turns out to be, this is in US, because I've heard American podcasts talk about this, but the yen conversion to US is $50 saving without the dock. It doesn't even come with a charger, actually. It doesn't come with the doesn't come with the HDMI cord, the dock, and the charger. So it's just the Switch and the Joy-Cons. and that's a saving.
They need to lower the price point of
That's
that.
a saving of $50 US, where the dock set in the US is $90.
Yeah.
So you're saving a little bit, but just
For what costs?
spend the extra equivalent of $50 US and get the dock as well.
And get a whole different experience when you're literally at home.
Yeah, because in Japan, typically they have one TV, one living room, and if you want extra switches, you don't need an extra dock.
No.
So that makes sense in that market. And Reggie's stated that he's been asked this question at E3 multiple times, and he said it doesn't make sense for our market because people want the extra dock because they have like 3 TVs in their house. So
yeah, but just sell the dock for $120 AUD. That makes a lot of sense. 130.
It's 130, and I just bought one because I was like, you know what?
I will fall for this trap. One in my lounge room.
Well, originally I was going to get a third-party dock, which we all know now is a bad idea.
It's a fucking awful idea.
It's going to surge your Switch. Don't do it. But I'm in the process right now of setting up my gaming room, and I've got my lounge room. I want the dock out there for the big TV, and I want one in the gaming room
where you don't have to move it.
Where I don't have to move it, because like if I just had to move it, yeah, fine, okay. But I've got to go behind the TV, get it all out. Like it just makes a mess each time.
Yeah.
And what it means is I just won't do that.
Yeah.
So I just won't play my Switch. I won't play as many games. Won't be able to talk about it on the podcast. And
so you fall for the $130 trap and buy the second dock.
Nintendo Australia, just come on, guys. What the frig?
What the frig?
What the frig, man?
No, literally, it's Nintendo in general. I'm sorry, guys, but this dock is not worth $130 fucking dollars or $90. It's not worth $90. It's not worth. It's maybe worth $50 USD. I will put $50 USD on it.
What? So 70 here.
So 70
Australia.
here.
Yep.
You know what? Like, think of it from the perspective that like people have torn apart these things and they're just like, look, it's literally just a single chipboard that's wired to a port. Like, that's literally what it is. There's nothing special about it.
All right, Bryce, don't make me feel bad about buying it. All right, just let me be. But just could they make a successor to the 3DS, like a brand new handheld system that isn't a Switch, which does not play Switch games?
No.
I don't think they could either.
It would literally just be trashware at this point.
Like, would it have better graphics, like better processors than a Switch?
I doubt that.
It's kind of weird to do that.
It would literally be like the closest comparison I could make in technology nowadays would be like getting an iPhone SE and putting it next to an iPhone 6 Plus. Because they pretty much have the same processing power. But one's a 4-inch phone and one's a fucking 8-inch?
Yeah.
It's like double the size. But they process the same. And one's much, much cheaper because it has a smaller screen and a worse camera.
Yeah.
You know, and some people might sink for that. Some people might be like, oh, look. But then what are you going to... Like, not a lot of series remain on the 3DS right now.
No.
They're all making their shift to Switch because the Switch is blowing up.
Yeah.
You know? And it's almost silly to think that it's almost silly to think that like going forward when the Switch U comes out.
Oh God. Jesus, Bryce, why would you even friggin' say that? What the hell, man? Jesus.
But you get my point.
What is wrong with you? Oh.
You get my point.
Yeah.
You get my point.
Say Switch Pro or Switch Plus or something. Jesus, don't say. Oh.
Sorry.
Yeah.
It was worth the funny joke.
But at the moment, the 3DS is at the point where it's cheap enough. It's got a fantastic game library. If you jump into that now, it won't cost you a whole lot, and it will be just...
Oh, hell no.
You have access to heaps of awesome games. And for kids, that's what they want. They want something they can chuck in their backpack, take to school, just thrash it around.
Which is allowed nowadays anyway.
And I feel like as the Switch gets older, they're going to hopefully release like equivalent of a Switch Pro, which is just going to be a beefed up, tablet. It's going to have more in it, so you can hopefully run your old Switch. Pretty much what Sony and Xbox have done. Just upgrade the hardware, bring it up with the times, and then this current Switch will be the budget line, and that will be what they'll put towards kids and bigger families.
Well, see, I'm curious because if like Nintendo's got thoughts in line for because companies are always planning. They never stop planning.
No.
So even if they just freshly release a console, they're still like, let's just keep researching technology while we go through and see what would fit us for next. If the next Switch, if the next box becomes the Switch 2, then like, I just don't see the point in having this new handheld as well. The thing is with Switch, they've created something that everybody fucking loves, and everybody can buy, pick up, and they understand what it is, and they can chuck it in their bag, and they can go anywhere and play some absolutely stellar games.
Yeah,
anywhere.
It's smart because the handheld market has, eclipsed, the handheld market. Only Nintendo can get away with making, a handheld device. Sony couldn't. And the Vita was fantastic. It had some faults with the memory cards and stuff like that, but apart from that, it was a great system. But it was just Nintendo's franchises that bolstered the 3DS to where it was. Mainly Mario Kart and Mario 3D Land. That's what really set the 3DS on fire to start off with.
Yeah.
Got it out of that ditch, whereas if those games didn't come along, that system would have been in huge trouble.
Yeah,
it was looking very grim.
Grim. He was looking very glim.
Looking glim. What does that mean, Drew? I don't know.
Don't even know anymore. Well, yeah, and I mean, I agree. I was one of those. We were both those people that bought that original 3DS on release. It was $350. That was a high price point to ask, really.
Huge.
But because we were Nintendo fans and were like, it was interesting to see where this was going, 3D lasted a week before it got fucking turned off.
It lasted longer than that for me. It lasted about 2 years for me. Obviously, first getting it, turning it up, cool, looks cool. Doing the Street Pass little, what do you call it? Like, you get those
Street Pass games,
the dioramas. The puzzle pieces, sorry, yeah. You get the dioramas. I used to love looking at those. Like, it's like, it was really well animated, all the little things, and seeing it in 3D looked awesome. The new Mario 3D Land came. That game was made for 3D. It was a lot easier to play in 3D because of the
way the depth was.
Yeah, looking at the depth. That was awesome. And I always had it on just a little bit, just a tiny bit to give the screen a bit of a pop. But eventually, now I've actually got most of my games on my 2DS.
And a lot of games just don't they don't utilize 3D anymore.
No.
Look at Pokemon.
They literally don't have it, yeah. Because when all the Pokemon games apart from Sun and Moon, when you put up the 3D, it just like chugged. It did. Especially in battles, yeah. It
was really awful.
So we don't see them bringing out a new portable. If they do, we just don't see the market for it, to be honest.
There's not really a market. And I think, like, if their next portable is going to be something, then it has to be something really... it'd have to blow me out the water.
Because the Switch...
It has to be Google Glasses, but it's a Nintendo console. I don't know.
It could be cool, maybe.
You just play games literally anywhere you go. No, it'd be a bad idea, because that's the reason they had to stop doing the Google Glasses thing. Because people were paying, like in tests, people were paying more attention to their fucking glasses instead of what they were doing. So, thinking of it from that perspective, you would have to start pulling people over for wearing a Google Glasses while you're driving. Sorry, what's your name? Joe Barbecue.
Joe Barbecue, okay.
Joe Barbecue. Your driver's license is being suspended for for having Google Glasses on while you're driving. Seen as a distraction.
You got the Mario Kart HUD up as you're driving. You're like, oh crap! You're throwing shit out the window.
It's just going like coming off topic with Joe Barbecue.
Yep.
It's they would have to innovate so harder than they had to with the Switch to get it to work, and I don't think it's possible.
No, because at the moment with the console space, Nintendo, they couldn't put out another box. No one would have cared. I don't know if I would have cared. Like, I would have got it and bought their games, obviously, because we're huge Nintendo fans, love their games. But if they just put out another box, which was like, oh look, it does have the same graphics as a PS4, and it does have good online. Like, okay, cool. But with both of us and millions of other people do already own an Xbox and a PS4.
Yeah.
So we don't need another console.
No.
But bringing out the Switch, making it handheld and a console, which is completely different and puts it in its own space, allows it to just breathe on its own. And the success of the system has definitely shown that easily.
Oh, for sure.
People want that. People want a beefy handheld which can be played on the TV.
Mm-hmm.
I know I certainly do, because
I
even with
console.
Hollow Knight, like, that game looks amazing. You want to play it out on your 65-inch TV, but it's also a game where you're like, okay, I don't have the time to sit in front of my 65-inch TV.
Yeah, I just want to play it in bed.
Yeah, I just want to play it in bed, or I want to take it with me to work and play it in my lunch break. You can do that.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know how many times we've said that on this podcast. I just cannot get over how fantastic the Switch is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I hope the next version is a improvement of this and not going back to an old idea, trying to capture a market I don't think they have anymore.
I don't think it's the most horrible idea in the world. I think there is a way that they can make something like that work. They can make a box work, but still have an innovative thing. They can sell a box with a Switch. I don't know.
So let's talk about that. So Nintendo, say the next system is a box. It's not portable. It's a place. It's going to compete directly with PS5 and Xbox, whatever. What can they do in that market then?
Well, I mean, if you want to keep the idea of the Switch, you could literally just have a box that plays games for you, and you have them on the Switch or whatever.
So make it like a Switch, but just not portable, and it's a box.
No. So, for example, we were just talking and shitting on the dock.
Yeah.
Imagine if that dock was something more.
It had like more horsepower in the actual dock. Yeah.
Yes. Like, it actually gave you a lot more of a oomph. When that dock was announced, I thought that was the case. I thought, hey, it'd have cooling in it.
The rumors were pointing towards the dock having more
RAM or something,
like guts in it.
Yeah. But it didn't.
It'd be interesting how that worked for developers, because that sounds like a pretty hard task to be able to, have a system where it literally just plugs into more power and the game just recognizes that and boots it up. Sounds like
I mean, that's what plug and play is. Plug and play is not a absolute foreign idea nowadays. You can literally partition hard drives to act as RAM storage.
Okay.
That's a possible thing you can do.
So is that a thing game developers are in tune with, or could be in tune with if Nintendo was to do this?
Well, no, it's a more or less the part on Nintendo that needs to be done. You can turn anything into random access memory if you do it completely right. The processor would have to be powerful. You could put more RAM in the dock. You could put you could literally put a graphics card in the dock and make it SLI.
Could be a very interesting idea, but I guess the way the Switch is built at the moment is like it runs at 720 when you're just playing it in handheld mode, and when you put it into power, it sort of triggers it to use more of the hardware in the Switch to put it up to higher resolution. Look, so I guess it already sort of works a little bit like that, but I get what you're saying.
There's sure there would be more of a technicality to it. We wouldn't just be using USB-C and technology like that. We would be using something more. Mm-hmm. But the Switch, like a second Switch with a beefed up dock, could be an incredible console.
It could be an incredible console. They just have to keep it simple. I feel like literally just plopping it into the dock and it goes.
And I'm sure it would.
That's the beauty of the Switch.
I'm sure it'd stay the same. It's just a case of again, that the dock as it is a major problem with the Switch, in my opinion. Especially since you can't make a third party one. God forbid you do. Well, you can't get a third party one. God forbid you do. Because you'll kill your Switch.
Apparently, yeah.
And there are really good ideas for docks out there. There are docks where it's you can just literally hang this off your Switch. It gives you a controller grip and a lot like that. And then you can just plop it in front of your TV and plug your USB-C in, and it acts as a dock.
Yep.
That's not something that you could do right now because it'll just brick it.
Yeah. Because the power output's just off and just,
it's just so strange.
Yeah.
It's just so strange. Like I don't know how much comment Nintendo has made on this issue, but like
spend money on our stuff, don't go anywhere else.
I no. The thing is I don't think they've ever been like that with third party support in terms of hardware. I think they're kind of like, you know, we like the support of companies like Hori and all that. You know,
they don't mind at all because the more people making accessories, the more licensing fees they get paid.
Well, exactly.
So they don't care.
So
yeah.
the third party docks, like, why aren't they a thing? Why aren't alternatives to docks a thing?
Well, they are a thing. Just you shouldn't buy them.
No, because they kill you. They kill your shit.
They kill your shit. Okay.
So why don't they address it? They just have like this big corporate meeting where they're just like, we should probably have more information on the schematics of our docks and let the third party developers be like, oh, this is where we've gone wrong and this is why it's bricking people's consoles. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know exactly what you're saying. Yeah, give them a bit more information so they can avoid this and actually sell third-party docks. Yeah,
yeah, because like I would still use my Nintendo dock for something, 100%. But it's just I would like the option to have a dock that's not so out of place in a place where I can just put it there.
Absolutely.
Anyway, yeah. So as in terms of the handheld, I guess TLDR, no.
Yeah, unless they come out with something, we go, oh shit, that's different.
That's actually impressive.
Yeah,
yeah.
I just feel like
it's an end of an era.
Yeah, and yeah.
Mobile. The thing is we were complaining. Well, not we were, but everybody was complaining about this 2 to 4 years ago. They were just like, the mobile market is booming. Why would you want to try to recapitalize on the mobile market when you've literally got it by the throat now with a console that you've got, you know? Because the mobile phones are obviously doing it. You've got a console that can go handheld mode and you can take it anywhere and is playing fantastic games. What are you going to offer? It's not going to offer jack, and that sucks.
It's not going to offer jack. Speaking of jack, it is what it is. That is the end of the episode. Thank you very much for listening to the House of Mario episode 48. And we are Nintendo Podcast, a part of the 8-Bit Collective. You can see and hear. Well, you can see them. You can see their album arts, I guess. The cover art.
Yes, you can.
At 8bit.net. That is where you can find all our friends from our hungry family, including Dash Culture, who we had on last week. Thank you, everyone who listened to that episode. That was both Bryce and I's one of our favourite episodes we've done.
Oh yeah, that was killer.
We had an absolute ball, and thank you so much for all the seemingly positive feedback about our little DK rap parody as well. I'm surprised people actually enjoyed it, but I thought it would be fairly cringy, which it is, but yeah. That was fun putting it together.
It was fantastic. Yeah. It was definitely like it just even just in terms of the skit, it was one of my favorite episodes. Starting it off that way, like, was enough. But then everything about the conversation we had was like engaging. We didn't want to end that podcast that day. I think we wanted to go for another 30 minutes, but we just couldn't.
I could have easily kept it going, but I saw it at an hour and a half.
Oh shit! Yeah,
better stop it. Stop it.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh man. We've got a Discord community that you can join, and it'll be in the show notes. I'm trying to load up an iTunes review, Bryce, but it's just bloody Apple Podcast. Get your crap together. It just does not work.
It's going to be the next issue on A Current Affair. Apple Podcast is ruining children.
That's not a bad skit idea, actually.
Apple Podcast is ruining children.
This is a review from Viva La Dill, and I feel like he's done a review for us before, but it's he must have updated it. So,
ooh, okay.
We'll take the opportunity and we'll read it.
Hello, Dill.
It is titled Mario. Mario is my number one fave plumber, and this podcast is the best about talking about his job.
I swear to God, we've read this one before.
Killing local germs.
Yeah, he's updated this.
He has updated it. For real though, this is a great Nintendo show, and you would be hard-pressed to find one better, especially in the Australias.
Woo!
Thank you very much, Dill.
Thank you, my Dill boy.
My Dill boy. Don't say that ever again. Of course, we'll give a shout out to you too, Dill, part of the Explosion Network. Check out his PlayStation podcast, Platinum Explosion, I believe it's Tuesday as well, at 12 o'clock.
Yeah. Don't
what?
stop listening to us to listen to Dill. I'm kidding.
Listen to both.
Listen to both. 100% listen to both.
I'm always at work and I get a notification saying that Platinum Explosion is out. I'm like, oh, man, I'm away from my Wi-Fi now, man.
Upload it at 4 a.m. in the morning so I can download it
4
before
a.m.
work.
I don't know. I am curious though. It's like, did they put Dill? Let me know. But do you upload it at 12 o'clock so that's
asking a question on the podcast?
So that's in line with America. Like, is that in line with America? So that comes out in the morning for them. I want to know his strategy. I don't know because we upload it 6 o'clock in the morning.
Dill, just pretend I'm talking to you right now. Listen, I want to know.
Oh, sorry. I thought I was on Skype with him. Anyway, that is the end of the episode. And this week, for Nintendo Jukebox, it is a remix of the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate theme by Video Game Remixes on SoundCloud. Go over to his channel, check him out. He does awesome remixes. I believe we've featured him on the show as well. He does awesome.
Yeah, it sounds familiar, definitely.
Yeah.
It would have had to have been.
I mean, a lot of people are coming back because I've followed them on SoundCloud, so now they're coming onto my feed. I'm like, damn, that's a good song. You're on again. Here we go.
That's it.
Of course,
wahoo.
Yeah, woohoo. All right, guys, enjoy the theme, and we'll see you next week on the House of Mario.
Bye. Also, buddy, you're on.
You're on, buddy.
You're on, buddy. Kick your ass, buddy.
Three, two, one.